The meaning of life can be compared to the blossoming of a flower that grows inside each human being, a silent and intimate process, far from the external demands of the world. This flower, symbolizing the purest essence of who we are, blossoms not through achievements or recognition, but through the discovery of an inner light that has always been present. In the rhythm of modern life, where we are often drawn to goals and standards dictated by others, it is easy to forget that true fulfillment comes from something deeper and simpler, a state of being. This idea is ancient, almost timeless. There are stories of wisdom that cross centuries, such as the Indian origin tale that says happiness was hidden by the gods in the most unlikely place to be searched for, in the human heart. They knew that man, lost in the quest for answers in the heights of mountains or the vastness of seas, would end up looking inward and there would find what he had always sought. This narrative reflects a universal truth, which resonates in the essence of the secret of the golden flower. True fulfillment is not achieved, but awakened. Throughout this video, we will reflect on how this view echoes in the teachings of Carl Jung and how it can guide you to discover the blossoming of that inner flower. This path, accessible to all, invites us to a life that is not measured by what we do, but by who we are. Carl Jung found the secret of the golden flower at a crucial moment in his journey, when his research had already pointed to the self as the center of the human psyche. However, he felt that his ideas lacked a more solid foundation, something that could connect his vision with universal and timeless knowledge. It was when he came across the ancient Chinese manuscript that he not only found confirmation of his theories, but also a deepening of his understanding of spiritual blossoming. This ancient text described the process of enlightenment as something natural, comparable to the life cycle of a flower, a seed that germinates, grows, and finally blooms, revealing its beauty to the world. Jung realized that this process was a powerful metaphor for the movement of the human psyche toward wholeness. The self, as he called this center, was both the starting point and the final destination of this inner journey. Encountering this knowledge was not just theoretical for Jung, it was a transformative experience that connected his ideas to the flow of ancestral wisdom. He saw in the golden flower a perfect expression of what it means to allow human potential to blossom, not through the imposition of external forces, but through the recognition of an inner light that guides every step. This vision not only influenced his work, but offers us a valuable reflection on the integration of knowledge, spirituality, and the meaning of life. Inside each human being lies a seed, a latent essence that holds the potential to blossom throughout life. This spiritual seed does not need haste or force to germinate. It follows the natural flow of existence, guided by something that the secret of the golden flower describes as the circular movement of light. This movement represents the vital energy that circulates within us, nourishing the seed until it is ready to bloom. However, this vision contrasts sharply with modern standards of happiness. We are often led to believe that fulfillment lies in external goals, success, recognition, material possessions. These objectives, while valid in certain contexts, often leave us with a sense of emptiness, as they do not nourish what is inside. The happiness that comes from the blossoming of the spiritual seed is different. It arises from harmony with who we are, not with what we have or do. This blossoming is an invitation to return to the essential, to realize that within you exists a source of light capable of transforming the way you see life. This process is neither linear nor immediate, but it happens naturally when you begin to observe and respect the cycles of your own existence. True happiness does not require complexity. It blossoms in the simplicity of being connected to the luminous principle that dwells within us. When you place your essence in everything you do, even in the most routine actions, life takes on a new meaning. It is as if every gesture, no matter how small, carries the fullness of who you truly are. However, modern life, with its fast-paced rhythm and mechanical nature, often distances us from this connection. We become so caught up in fulfilling obligations and achieving goals that we forget to live the present moments with authenticity. This detachment not only robs us of our peace, but also prevents us from experiencing the happiness that naturally arises when we are aligned with our inner self. To rediscover this simplicity, it is necessary to slow down and observe the small moments that awaken true joy. It could be the warmth of the sun on your skin, the sound of laughter, or the tranquility of a task done with dedication. These experiences, often ignored, are the ones that connect most with the essence of life. Reclaiming the ability to perceive them is, in fact, a return to your own heart. Ignoring the self is like trying to silence an inner voice that cries out to be heard. When we turn away from this essence, psychic pains emerge in subtle but profound ways. Constant dissatisfaction, a sense of emptiness, and an inexplicable discomfort amid external achievements. It's like a woman, pregnant with new possibilities, resisting childbirth, fearing the transformation it brings. The effort to suppress the birth of this inner seed only prolongs the suffering. Living disconnected from your own center is like walking aimlessly on familiar ground, yet unable to see the true path. This resistance to the essence not only keeps us away from fulfillment, but it also limits our ability to experience life in its entirety. We miss the opportunity to live authentically, trading the potential for blooming for an existence marked by repetition and superficiality. Recognizing the self is more than an act of self-care. It is a commitment to one's own existence. Allowing this seed to bloom is accepting the inevitable transformation, which, although it may be uncomfortable at first, leads us to a more connected, rich, and meaningful life. For Carl Jung, the decisive question of life does not lie in the achievements we accumulate or the roles we play, but in our relationship with the infinite. This concept transcends the demands of everyday life and invites us to look beyond the limitations imposed by social conventions and the expectations of others. When this connection to the essential is established, our perception of life changes radically. This transformation does not eliminate challenges, but it changes the way we face them. The traps of external validation and fleeting goals lose their power when you understand that the meaning of life is in harmonizing with something greater, what Jung identified as the self, the core of the psyche. This understanding frees us from the shackles of living to please others and invites us to live a life guided by authenticity. When you realize this relationship with the infinite, your priorities change. Instead of relentlessly seeking recognition or approval, you begin to value what really matters: inner growth, connection to the present, and the natural blossoming of the potential that has always been within you. The concept of non-action, action, widely explored in The Secret of the Golden Flower, is a powerful key to understanding harmony with the flow of life. At first glance, it may seem paradoxical. How is it possible to act without acting? But, at its core, this principle invites us to abandon the need for absolute control and to connect with a form of action that flows naturally, without excessive effort or attachment to outcomes. It is an action that arises from deep alignment with the self, where each gesture is spontaneous and full in itself. This approach challenges modern logic, which often associates action with achievement and continuous effort. In the philosophy of non-action, action, the focus is not on accumulating accomplishments, but on acting with authenticity and alignment with your inner essence. It's like a leaf falling from the tree at the right moment, not by obligation or resistance, but because it is part of its natural cycle. Similarly, when we allow ourselves to act from a state of acceptance and presence, our actions cease to be a struggle against the flow of life and become an expression of who we truly are. This principle can be practically applied in simple moments. Imagine preparing a meal without hurry, paying attention to each movement, the sound of food being chopped, the aroma of spices, the texture of ingredients. When you perform this task without thinking about the rush to finish or any expectation of results, you experience a state of full presence. This practice transforms even the most common activities into moments of connection with life. Furthermore, non-action action teaches us to deal with uncertainties and unforeseen events with serenity. When we act without attachment to controlling the outcome, we make room for life to surprise us. An action performed with this mindset not only generates less stress but also leads us to more creative solutions that are in harmony with the reality of the moment. This state is not a passive surrender, but an invitation to fluidity and the acceptance of impermanence. It helps us realize that we do not need to fight against circumstances to find balance. Instead, we can let our actions flow from the core of our essence, in harmony with the natural movement of existence. In this way, non-action action becomes a path to live more lightly, connected, and meaningfully. The signs of spiritual awakening, as described in The Secret of the Golden Flower, are like the soft light of a full moon that illuminates both the inner and outer worlds. This state is not marked by grand events or immediate external changes, but by a silent and deep transformation that begins to radiate from within to the outside. As the connection with the self strengthens, feelings of quiet euphoria, renewed vitality, and a clarity that transcends the common dilemmas of daily life emerge. These signs are evidence that the inner light, once fragmented and scattered, has begun to consolidate. Imagine someone who lives in a rush, constantly chasing the next goal, unaware of the emotional and spiritual toll it takes. When this person begins to reconnect with their essence, they discover that it is not the constant movement that brings fulfillment, but the encounter with stillness and inner alignment. This discovery directly reflects in their outer world. Their presence becomes more serene, their actions more meaningful, and their energy inspires those around them. This transformation does not need to be spectacular to be true. Often, it manifests in small gestures, a spontaneous smile, an act of generosity, or a moment of appreciation for the simple beauty of life. These moments are like rays of light breaking through the clouds, showing that the connection with the self is solidifying. The impact is not limited to the individual. It spreads like ripples, transforming the surroundings and inspiring others to seek their own light. Just as the light of the moon is not its own, but reflects that of the sun, the person who awakens spiritually does not keep their light only to themselves. They become a mirror, radiating calm and wisdom to the world. This state of being is not something forced or planned. It is the natural consequence of a heart that has opened and a seed that has finally bloomed. The connection with the self brings with it an inner strength that allows us to face adversities with a calm and confident heart. Just as a tree remains firm during storms and frosts, the one who cultivates their spiritual essence develops a state of imperturbability in the face of life's challenges. It is not about avoiding difficulties, but about passing through them with serenity, knowing that every obstacle is an opportunity to grow and blossom even more. This spiritual firmness is like an anchor that keeps your life balanced even when the winds blow against you. In moments of uncertainty, this confidence does not come from external certainties, but from the deep connection with your own inner light. A simple act of kindness, such as offering help to someone in need or listening attentively to someone who needs to vent, can generate enough energy to renew your faith in life. These actions, though they may seem small, have the power to nourish your essence and create a positive impact on you and others. Life, with its storms and calm, teaches us that we cannot control everything, but we can choose how to react to what happens to us. Those connected to their essence are not swept away by circumstances. Instead, they find strength to maintain balance and keep moving forward. This confidence reflects in every choice, every action, and every word, creating a virtuous circle of harmony between the internal and the external. Facing adversities in this way allows us to realize that, behind every moment of difficulty, there is a lesson that strengthens our roots and prepares our soul to bloom in fullness. This firmness is not a gift reserved for a few, but a quality that everyone can develop by cultivating self-knowledge and full presence. Life is not about accumulating, running, or trying to be something we are not. It is about allowing our essence to fully manifest, guided by the inner light that has always been with us. The secret of the golden flower teaches us that the meaning of existence is not found in great deeds or external recognition, but in the ability to live authentically, in harmony with the natural flow of life. This understanding is not something that happens all at once, but a continuous process. Every small step toward connection with the self brings subtle but profound changes. When you begin to apply the teachings in your daily practices, you realize that the simple act of being present transforms your relationship with the world. Tasks that once seemed like obligations take on greater meaning, and even challenges become opportunities for growth. The golden flower, as a symbol of spiritual blossoming, reminds us that the true wealth of life lies in who we are, not in what we have. By cultivating this connection, you not only find more peace, but also realize that gratitude for the present is the foundation of a full life. This path does not require perfection, but a sincere commitment to yourself, to your heart, and to the essence that makes you unique. As you finish watching this video, may you feel a calling to look within and value each moment as an opportunity to get closer to who you truly are. The blossoming of the golden flower is a silent but powerful process that transforms everything around you, starting with you.